Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome. Please put your hands together for Mr. Phil Bedford.
How are we today? Sorry. Yeah. Yep. Okay, thanks. What? How emotionally intelligent am I at the moment? What's networking all about? Is it really fair to say networking is about making people feel good? Is it about making people feel important? Is it about making people want to come back and see you again? What I'd like you to do is shift your mind just a little bit. When I say networking, I want you to think of relationship building. Unfortunately, networking's had a bit of a bad reputation because, as we're going to learn today, most people aren't networking at all. What they're actually doing is cold calling face to face. What we're going to do today is give you some great tips on how you can build relationships that's going to make people want to come back. Is that okay? All right. But here's the thing. When I just had my phone a second ago, how did you feel? Did you like me? No? I've spent all this time, all this marketing material saying I'm good at what I do. Come to me, buy from me, learn from me. And the first thing I do when I get up on the stage is what? Ignore you. How many of our companies or companies out there are spending a fortune marketing and their first experience is to feel bad? How many of you guys are the first contact they have when they walk in the hotel? Can I see a show of hands to make me feel good? How many of you are the first people they see in a hotel? Second person? Third person? How many of you are in sales? This is another one. How many of you are in sales? Can I just see a show of hands? Okay, I should have every single hand in the room up. You are all in sales. Sales is what pays your wages. Sales is what pays the hotel's wages. But here's the thing. If anybody interacts with you at any time and they feel bad, do you think you might lose sales? Do you think they might not come back? Fair comment, right? So as we go through today, we're just going to, like I said, introduce you to some concepts. And hopefully when you walk out of this room, you'll be thinking, well, actually, maybe this networking thing isn't as bad as I thought it was. By the way, if I'm speaking too quickly, I've got a weird English accent. If I'm speaking too quickly, you're allowed to stand up and go, bam! Is that okay? Oh, by the way, I also like to have a little bit of fun. So if anyone does want to laugh, please laugh. It worked. All right, here we go. I've stuck this up here behind me. Just a bit of a conversation starter, really. A number of years ago, I was actually too shy to do this public speaking thing. And what I learned through my network, through the people I was with, was how to speak. This is actually in Bangalore in front of 2,000 people. But a couple of years before that, if you'd have asked me to speak, I'd have been hiding over there. Is there anyone in this room that feels the ability to speak might be good for their future development? For getting a job? For representing the hotel? Yeah, speaking? Okay, that's one of the things you can develop through your network. But anyway, I thought I'd pop it up there. On the right, on my right, so your left, is salsa. So salsa is one of my networks. I've actually been teaching salsa for 26 years. And I pretty much started teaching salsa in Dubai way back when I first landed. That's me hiding behind Sarah there in a flowery shirt. And on this side, on the bottom right, does anyone know what that sport is? Nearly! Okay, underwater hockey. Right? And I'm unashamedly recruiting for people to come and play underwater hockey. It's a new sport in the UAE. Been going for about 2 years, but that's my love. And yes, they do play underwater rugby in Germany, so you're not wrong. Okay, underwater hockey. So, of all the ways I build my networks, as a professional, and what I'd like you to start thinking now is just for 1 minute, just imagine if the budgets from your hotels disappeared overnight. If you were reliant on client referrals, if you were reliant on the clients and your customers loving you and coming back, you were reliant on yourselves to go out and build opportunities. I know we've got the Clefs D'Or here today, and you guys obviously are the networkers. And so what we're looking to do is give you a couple more tips. But imagine all these budgets had gone, and it was reliant on you to do everything? To find the clients? How would you do it? To make people feel good? To find the resources, the connections? How would you do it? So of all my networks, and I'm in a lot, which one do you think has been the most strategic for my business? That gives me the speaking gigs? That gives me the connections I need? That gets me all the help I need, the support? Which one do you think's been the best? You see at the top there, it says Forbes, BBC, CNN, all these places I've been covered. How do you think I got those? Which network do you think was the best? Salsa. I've got my best opportunities, my best relationships, my best friends, my best contacts. A lot of people I know in this room. Where's Media One? Where are you? Media One. I worked with Media One for 10 years because of salsa. What networks are you in that you might not be leveraging? A lot of people, when they think of networks, they think of business companies that say, networking event. What they're not realizing is networking is actually our friends and our family. It's our hobbies. And if we can learn to recognize that at the end of the day, magic happens when we're around people, we can start to get all kinds of benefits from this. Have you ever had an emergency suddenly hit you? So you're walking along and suddenly, bang, something happens. Something horrible happens to your car, your house, your family. Something horrible. Do you ever get a warning for an emergency? No, right? It happens. When there's a problem, how do we normally solve it? Do we go to Google? Or do we ring someone? If it's urgent, if it's serious, you ring people, right? Don't we reach out to the people we know and love? And so that we know if we have a problem, they will help us. Am I right? Okay. So here's the thing. If you don't have any relationships, if nobody cares about us, when we reach out for help, what's going to happen? Nothing. Am I right? So there was a Chinese proverb and it said, when is the best time to build a roof? When is the best time to build a roof? Before it rains. Beautiful. What was your name, sir? Sorry? Libert. Beautiful. Before it rains. It's the same with our network. It's the same with our problems. If you are front of house and someone's coming to you for help and you can solve their problems like this, does that make you more valuable? Does that make you a better person? Do they get a better memory of your hotel? All right? When we can solve problems like this. But if we have to go, hold on, let me go to Google, or you can't solve it, fair to say we don't look as good. Build the roof before it rains. So building the roof now is what we call building your network, so when you need it, it's going to come. Makes sense, right? So what I'd like you to do is, okay, we're going to be a little bit selfish now. So as much as you're working for your current company, fair to say you also have a life as well, right? Anyone else have a life outside of work? So one person waving at me. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is imagine for 1 minute the rest of your life is a room, an empty room. And that room has got a one-way door. So that door will only let people in, it won't let people out. You are inside the room, and that room is the rest of your life. Your successes, your enjoyment at work, your friends, your family. What do you want the rest of your life to look like? Now, anybody you let into that room to come and help you with the rest of your life is with you for the rest of your life. Because that's a one-way door. So if you want the life you want, what kind of people would you want in your room? Think about this, right? Who would you want in your room to give you the life that you want, the one you enjoy, the one that satisfies you at work? The friends, the family, the problem solvers. Who would you want in your room? We might be a little bit more selective then, right? Now, here's a question. Whose room are you in? How are you helping other people? How are you enriching other people's help? It's not just about your clients. Your clients are very, very important. But if your team is not working together, does that affect the clients? Yeah? So it's not just about your colleagues at work. It's also about your relationships outside of work. Because if your relationships outside of work are not good, does that impact the way you work? Because you're sad and you're tired and you're stressed. So here we go. If we can build relationships, it's not just about work, it's about your life as well. Is that okay? So what we're doing here today is not just about work, it's about your life. It's about how much you enjoy your life. It's about how much you can contribute to other people's lives. And guess what? The business wins as well. Is that all right? Fantastic, eh?